I found the footage on a Tuesday afternoon in a cardboard box labeled MISC. Office, do not throw away, buried beneath 3 decades of obsolete tax forms. My name is David Chen. I'm an archival technician for the municipal government of Crestwood, Oregon, a small, damp town about 40 miles east of Portland that the freeway forgot. My job is to digitize old records before they turn to dust. It's quiet, lonely work in a basement that smells like wet concrete and decaying paper. I was supposed to be scanning zoning variances from 1994. Instead, I found a VHS tape with no label. Just a white sticker yellowed with age and a date handwritten in blue ink, October 12, 1993. I probably would have tossed it, but there was something else on that sticker, written in smaller letters beneath the date. A single word so faint I almost missed it. Proof I didn't recognize the handwriting. Nobody in this office had touched that box in at least 15 years. The building was scheduled for demolition next spring, and we were clearing out everything that wasn't bolted down. The tape was going in a dumpster. I told myself I was just curious, that I'd watch it, see if it was someone's wedding or a birthday party, and then recycle it. I told myself a lot of things. The only VCR in the building was in the break room, hooked up to a CRT monitor that flickered whenever the HVAC kicked on. I locked the door, sat down, pressed play. The screen filled with static for a solid 10 seconds. I almost turned it off. Then the picture snapped into focus, a living room, ordinary in every way, beige carpet, a floral sofa, a wooden coffee table with a coaster set that had ducks on it, late afternoon light coming through curtained windows. A grandfather clock in the corner, its pendulum swinging, and a woman sitting on the floor cross-legged facing the camera. She was maybe 30. Brown hair pulled back in a loose ponytail. She wore a plain gray sweatshirt and jeans. Her face was pale and her eyes were red-rimmed like she'd been crying for a long time. She held a spiral notebook in her lap and she was looking at the camera with an expression I can only describe as desperate hope. She said, "My name is Lisa Ventura. Today is October 12, 1993. This is my record, my evidence, in case something happens to me." I leaned closer to the screen. My coffee went cold in my hand. She took a breath. "I live at 1478 Cedar Lane, Crestwood, Oregon. I moved here 3 months ago. I work at the pharmacy on Main Street. I don't have family nearby. I don't have a lot of friends. That's probably why it picked me." She paused, looked down at her notebook. When she looked up, her voice was steadier. "There's something living in my house. It's not a ghost. I've looked up ghost stories, hauntings, all of that. This isn't the same. It doesn't move things. It doesn't whisper. It doesn't show up in photographs. It's quieter than that. And that's what makes it so frightening." She swallowed. "It lives in my peripheral vision." I felt a chill skate down my neck. "I first noticed it about 2 weeks ago," she continued. "I was doing dishes. The kitchen window faces the backyard. I saw just out of the corner of my eye someone standing in the yard by the fence. I turned to look and no one was there. I figured I was tired, but it happened again the next night, and the night after that. It's always in the edge of my sight," she said. "When I'm reading a book, I see it over the page. When I'm driving, I see it in the back seat in the rearview mirror. When I wake up at night, and I wake up every night now at exactly 3:13 a.m., I see it standing in the bedroom doorway. But when I turn my head, when I try to look directly at it, it's gone." Her voice cracked. "I've tried everything. I've set up cameras. I've burned sage. I even had a priest come by. Nothing. The cameras don't see anything. The priest said I needed sleep. But I know what I'm seeing. It's there. It's always there, just outside my focus." She leaned forward. "But 3 nights ago I learned something. I woke up at 3:13 like always, and I didn't turn my head. I kept my eyes fixed straight ahead on the ceiling, and I waited. I counted my heartbeats. At 37, I moved my eyes, just my eyes, not my head, to the doorway, and I saw it." She was crying now, tears tracking silently down her cheeks. "It was tall, not human tall, wrong tall, like something that was trying to imitate human proportions but didn't understand them. Its head almost touched the door frame. Its arms hung too low, and its face, I couldn't see its face. It was just dark, a darkness in the shape of a face, but it had a mouth, and the mouth was open." She wiped her face with her sleeve. "It saw me looking, and it smiled, not a friendly smile, a smile like it had been waiting for me to look, a smile that said, finally." The tape crackled. The grandfather clock in the background showed 4:47 p.m. "I ran," she said. "I locked myself in my bathroom and stayed there until sunrise. I called out of work. I didn't leave the bathroom, but I could feel it. Outside the door, waiting, I could feel it getting closer. Every time I blinked, it was a little nearer." She held up the notebook. "I've been keeping records when it appears, how long it stays. I've noticed something. It's been following me, not just in the house. I saw it in the reflection of my car window at the gas station. I saw it between two people in line at the grocery store. No one else notices. They just stand there oblivious while this thing is inches from them. And it's always looking at me." She set the notebook down, looked directly into the camera lens, looked at me 31 years in the future, drinking cold coffee in a break room that smelled like burnt popcorn. "I'm making this tape because I'm scared it's about to do something. I don't know what. But I woke up this morning and for the first time I couldn't feel it. I thought maybe it was gone. I almost cried with relief. But then I realized why I couldn't feel it." She paused, her eyes were wide now. "Because it's not in my peripheral vision anymore, it's in the center. I can't see it, I still can't see it directly, but I know it's right in front of me. When I look at the wall, I see the wall. But I know it's standing between me and the wall. It's getting bolder. It's stepping into my line of sight." She picked up the camera, the image jostled. "I'm going to drop this tape at the city office with a note. I don't know who will find it, but if you're watching this, please, if you know me, if I've gone missing, tell someone, tell them what I said, and please, please don't try to look for it. If you start looking, it will notice you." The tape went to static. I sat there for a long time. The break room was silent except for the hum of the fluorescent lights. My hands were shaking. I rewound the tape and watched it again, and again 4 times total. I checked the date on the sticker, October 12, 1993. I searched the name Lisa Ventura in our municipal records database. She never reported anything. No police report. No missing person case. The name didn't appear in the Crestwood phone directory from 1994. It was like she had simply vanished. I should have stopped there. I should have put the tape back in the box and thrown the whole thing in the dumpster. I should have forgotten I ever saw it, but I didn't. Because the next morning I was walking to my car in the parking lot. It was raining, the usual gray Oregon drizzle. I unlocked my door, and as I reached for the handle, I saw something in the reflection of the window. Just a flicker, a shape, at the very edge of my vision, standing behind me. I turned around. The parking lot was empty. I told myself it was a trick of the light, that I had spooked myself. That Lisa Ventura was probably a woman with a mental illness who made an upsetting video and then moved away and lived a perfectly normal life in another state. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept glancing at my bedroom doorway. I kept my eyes fixed on the ceiling, heart pounding, dreading the 3:13 a.m. that I knew would come. It did. I didn't look. I kept my eyes on the ceiling, just like she said, but I felt it. A change in the air pressure, a cold draft, a smell like wet earth and copper. And I knew with absolute certainty that something was standing in my doorway. I looked. I couldn't help it. It was reflex. I turned my head and looked directly at the doorway. There was nothing there. I laughed, shaky and relieved. I almost cried. I lay back down, my heart hammering, and I closed my eyes. But that was last night. Tonight I'm writing this from my bathroom. I've been in here for 5 hours. The door is locked. The light is on. I have my phone, and I've been searching for any information about Lisa Ventura, about 1478 Cedar Lane, about anything. I found a record of the house. It was demolished in 2003. The land is still vacant. A real estate listing from 2004 described it as unbuildable. No reason given. I found an old newspaper clipping from the Crestwood Gazette. October 14, 1993. A small article on page 7. Local woman missing. Police seek information. Lisa Ventura, 28, last seen the evening of October 12. Her car was found at the Crestwood City office parking lot. The keys were in the ignition. The door was unlocked. No signs of foul play. No signs of anything. She disappeared the same day she made that tape. I don't know why she left the tape in that box. I don't know if she was trying to warn someone or if she was trying to trap someone. I don't know if the thing she saw followed her or if it stayed behind, waiting. But I do know this. About an hour ago, I was sitting on the bathroom floor, phone in hand, scrolling through the article. And I saw something in my peripheral vision. Not in the doorway, not across the room. In the reflection of my phone screen. A tall shape standing behind me, its head almost touching the ceiling of my bathroom. I didn't turn around, I didn't move, I just stared at the reflection, and it smiled. It's not in my room anymore. I can feel that, but it's not gone either. It's somewhere close, waiting. I can hear the grandfather clock from the tape, but I don't own a grandfather clock, and I'm not sure if I'm remembering it wrong or if it's just the blood rushing in my ears, but from somewhere in my house I can hear it ticking. Tick, tick, tick. 3:13 a.m. is coming, and this time I don't think the bathroom door is going to stop anything.